I'm responsible essentially for the entirety of the CG side of production, which is probably about 50%. So anything before the final rendered images get composited together, that is like a really big range of tasks. Goes from match move, so the people who in VFX track the camera motion of the real camera on set, to layout, to animation. It also includes build, so the people who build all the CG assets, buildings, characters, creatures, vegetation, costumes, whatever. And then of course animation, the people who do simulation based on animation, things like cloth and fur, and then ultimately the guys who actually render and light the entire thing. So it's a really, really broad range, and I'm kind of responsible for it a bit from a distance. There's also department heads for each individual department. I'm kind of overseeing all of it, and the supervisors who are overseeing all of it. There's a lot of highlights, sometimes humorous, sometimes challenges that are completely unexpected, sometimes also just moments that are really rewarding when something finally worked out. But it's kind of the time I've been here, it's mostly what I find really key about the experience being here, that it's very, very varied, the things that I'm confronted with on a daily basis, and it's never boring. It redefines the place to be because it's a brand new company, and brand new always means there's opportunities, there's growth, there's room to create. And I don't mean just create in the context of the projects we're working on, but also in the context of building a company. I find this personally incredibly fascinating, to be part of building a studio from scratch, and the studio that has, is backed by a company that has the resources to do it right. Like, we have support, but at the same time we are building a facility from scratch, and that's immensely fascinating. And I think it's especially fascinating for people who are into these kinds of things. If it's not necessarily for people who want everything to be perfectly ready, up and running, that's just not how startups work. But for somebody who likes a challenge and who wants to contribute and really shape this place, this is as good as it gets.